Hello, ladies and gentlemen of internet land. Welcome to another edition of Walking with J.Beau. This crazy, messed up world we're living in. I will be flipping the camera around to do a selfie stream up ahead somewhere. Not a selfie stream, but a selfie view. As you can see, it is another perfect, beautiful day in Maine. Hi. Hey. It's about 80 degrees. 78 to 80. Very comfortable, very nice. Well, a lot of the information that I talked about yesterday about the assassination attempt on Trump was factual. A couple of things were not, because we didn't have all the info. Like, the guy was not in his 60s, he was in his late 50s. It's one of them, Ryan Wesley Routh. So, we're going to cut across here and get on the sidewalk. The other piece of information that's pretty important, I think I will flip this around. The other piece of information that's important is, hi everybody, this is J.Beau. The other important information is that the rifle, I originally said it was a Sega, Russian-made variant of an AK. But it was actually something similar to that. It's a rifle called an SVD Dragunov, and the Dragunov is 7.62 by 54R. Very potent round, same round used in the Mosin Nagant. It's been used since the late 30s, I think, that round. Could be wrong on that. It's been around for a long time. Pretty potent round. And the rifle is specifically made for sniping. So it's Russian. I don't know if this one was Russian made, but the key thing to remember with it is a very expensive rifle. Very expensive. They start at $2,700. And they go up from there. Very, very accurate rifle in capable hands, which this guy, Ryan Wesley Routh, appears to have been more than capable, because he was a mercenary, a merc. Had been in Ukraine. There's plenty of video and pictures of him training with new recruits that he was also involved in doing. He was involved in recruiting people to fight in Ukraine. And the guy lives in Hawaii. Granted, the house he was living in that he owns in Hawaii is a rundown shack with a pickup truck in the yard that's all beat to hell, broken taillight. And there's a bumper sticker on the pickup truck. It says Biden-Harris. So there you go with that. And now this rundown shack in Hawaii, real estate in Hawaii is very expensive. So even a rundown shack will be $1 million home. So I don't know how he got that, even though it's not a nice place. It really didn't look like a good place to live. But, you know, it's Hawaii and on Oahu. So, the other thing with that, according to what was said in the courtroom today, I guess he was kind of like smiling and laughing, having a good time. And I guess he told the judge that he makes about $3,000 a month. And I'm like, he makes $3,000 a month in a plane ticket to get from Hawaii to Florida. We're talking a lot of money. $1,500, $2,000. So things are starting to look goofy, okay? Turn the camera a little bit. Things are starting to look goofy with that, don't you think? This guy's rifle is about his month's income. And that doesn't make sense to me. There's something not right with this. Now, the biggest thing I have issue with isn't all of that. It's the fact that this guy was in the bushes waiting for Trump. Trump decided at the last minute to go play golf. So how did this guy find out Trump was going to play golf, quote, last minute, as it was not a scheduled golf excursion? How did he know that? So, two possibilities. I'll say the first one first. That's the worst. Is that somebody on the inside tipped him off so he could go do that, which would be a conspiracy to kill the president by our own agencies. I really don't want to go there. So I'll move on to my next theory. It's being reported that he had been sitting in the bushes for 12 hours just in case Trump showed up. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that could be. Doesn't make sense to me. It's not practical. What if he doesn't show up? He spent 12 hours there for nothing. And just on a hunch that maybe he'd go play golf. Trump does play a lot of golf, but he doesn't play exclusively at that golf course. This wasn't at Mar-a-Lago. So, I don't know. So anyways, that being said, flip this back around here a little bit. It's pretty strange, pretty bizarre. It just seems too convenient. Like, this guy would have known that that's what was going to happen, you would think. So, I mean, we'll find out more info, but really the problem I have is how much can we trust these agencies to be accurate with the truth? How much can we trust the media? I can't. And more importantly, this is the second attempt now. So technically, this is the second attempt. And what's the mathematical odds? You start thinking about it. What's the mathematical odds of two different shooters both getting foiled? Thankfully, nobody was able to do anything this time. is nice. Hi. Nice dog.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty dog. So they end up going through this whole thing. I mean, this is really bizarre, okay? We've never seen anything like this, and it's really starting to look like they want him dead, okay? Now, we don't have all the information even still from the first shooting. And the media is going to bury this probably after today and make it one of those things where, you know, they're going to start going to talk about Kamala again, because the election's coming up soon. So they're not going to waste too much time not talking about Kamala. And there was a handful of media outlets yesterday saying that this is Trump's fault. He brought on himself with his stupid rhetoric. And so they're going to blame Trump for this, and they're going to move on. And it's really a terrible thing. The media is freaking horrible. They're just awful. And it's going to be up to us voters to make these people pay for this outrage. Because I really am not happy with a lot of people on a lot of things right now. I gotta tie my shoe, put you down in the bushes. There we go, we got a bush cam. I'm tying my shoe on bush cam. So today we're going to do a between 5 and 6 mile walk. It's really nice today. So got you on a selfie stick. So I don't know what else to make of it really, because one, we've never had anything like this happen. They did talk about 2 assassination attempts within 17 days on President Gerald Ford. One of those was a snub-nose revolver, which missed by about 5 inches because she didn't know what she was doing, thankfully. And it's one of those things where that ended up having a legislation passed for snub-nose revolvers. So of course that didn't stay, it was temporary. But that's not going to stop Democrats from talking about banning assault style rifles. The Dragunov rifle that was used in this is a pretty capable rifle. It's a sniper rifle. It does have a box magazine. It is semi-automatic, but it's not your typical, what they classify as an assault style rifle. This is a sniper's tool for snipers who want to kill people. So I'm going to flip this around now. So a pretty amazing string of events yesterday. Again, as I'm walking on acorns. It's a pretty steep little hill here. Excuse me. So these politicians are all issuing the same statements, pretty much copy and paste. This isn't who we are. We don't solve political differences with violence. Don't do this. It's wrong. But these are the same people fomenting this violence with their own rhetoric, which is over the top crazy. Trump's going to be a dictator. We're going to have cattle cars rounding people up. We're going to have this, we're going to have that. The end of democracy in America. And all this other crazy talk. So, the only way we're going to solve any of this is to re-elect Trump, so we could show the world we knew what we were talking about. And I guess that's it, really, right? Somebody's running a chainsaw up here. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with polling as well. Of course, I saw 2 different polls where Trump was ahead by 4 points. And I saw another one that said Kamala was ahead by 5 points. I don't think anybody knows what the hell's going on right now. It's like they're cutting up a piece of wood. I thought they were going to be taking a tree down and we were going to watch, but they're not. They're cutting up trees that they've already cut down. So, the media is so in the tank for Democrats that we had that woman that did the debate on ABC talking on TV in an interview saying that they went out of their way to fact check Trump and not Kamala because CNN didn't fact check Trump against Biden. So they're right on there readily admitting that they cheated. It's crazy. I don't know if there's going to be another debate. I know Trump's doing a town hall tonight, and he's doing 2 rallies this week, despite the death threats and attempted assassinations. I still will maintain, can you imagine the rhetoric if the attempted assassination was on Kamala, the other way around? So it looks like France and the UK want Ukraine to be able to do missile strikes into Russia using NATO missiles. Putin has said that would be an act of war, and the United States would not be immune from retaliation. Also stated that the barrier of the Atlantic Ocean is not going to keep America safe. That is a direct threat of nuclear, possibly a response. And that's one of those things that if Russia were to do that, it would help Biden and Kamala. And I hope they don't do that. I mean, attacking us on our soil, because that's going to upset a lot of people, including myself. And you're going to have a lot of people that won't be able to distinguish between supporting Ukraine and not liking Biden and Harris. And I feel it would be harmful to this election and our country if Putin did that. So thankfully Biden is holding off on that decision. Hopefully saner minds intervene and say this is not good in an election year. It's not good in any year, but I'm just saying. People don't want warfare in our cities, okay? Especially if it's nuclear. Or even if it's just attacking a military base in the United States. So people need to be careful. Apparently the UK and France have the idea that, oh, Putin wouldn't dare do anything. That is stupid think. Russia's not going to let missiles fly into their country any more than we would if they were shooting in through Texas. So, and that problem would be dealt with pretty much immediately. And the result would not be pretty. So, anyway, we're walking in Maine in the fall, as you can see. Every day the leaves are turning a little more. Let me get this threaded rod off the road. Let's see. sure they'll see that and not hit it with a lawnmower either. I don't know what the hell the future brings, folks. Hopefully it brings a Trump win. You know, we're seeing a lot of people planning ahead to cheat, is what it looks like to me. And we're also seeing a lot of people planning ahead knowing they're going to cheat. So, for the election. The Secretary of State in Pennsylvania and the governor have also stated that their elections are safe and that it's completely normal to have it take a day or two to know what the results are. They're trying to blame Republicans for it, saying that the legislature wanted to count the votes ahead of time, start counting before the election, instead of waiting till election day. And Republicans didn't want that because they felt the Democrats would cheat, and I actually agree with that. The reason why I agree with that is that you know damn well somebody's going to leak. Trump is running away with this thing. You know, that tells people and gives them time to make up fake ballots. I don't trust any of these people. They cannot be trusted. So what do? You know, is your best thing just wait until they start counting on election day? Also, in my opinion, the way it's set up this year, Trump has a legit shot to win this election without Pennsylvania, where Kamala has to win Pennsylvania if she's got a chance. So I explained that the other day with the Electoral College, that the way it's lined up, it's looking like Trump's going to win Arizona. He's got a good shot at Nevada. He should win Georgia, and he should win North Carolina because Kamala is not as strong in North Carolina as Biden was. And the media and crooked polling is trying to make it look like she has a chance at it. But realistically, no Democrat has won North Carolina since Obama, 2008. And he should win Georgia. He didn't lose Georgia by much to Biden. And again, Kamala is underperforming less than Biden did. And the same story for Wisconsin. The polling says that Kamala is tied or leading by a point in Wisconsin, but the truth of the matter is she's polling behind what Biden was, and Biden just barely won Wisconsin. So you see the pattern here. And in Michigan, Biden won by a little bit more than a smidge, and Kamala might win Michigan. But I guess the point I'm making is Trump can afford to lose Pennsylvania and still win Wisconsin and still win this election. So Kamala can win Michigan, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania and still lose. You see what I'm saying? So chances are very good for Trump to win. They are doing their own biased, tilted Trump assassination on their own with the polling. They're really crooked on it. Not just by a little bit. I mean, they're being just blatantly dishonest. So you can't trust what they're saying. There's a very small handful of ones you can trust. And Trafalgar is one of them. Rasmussen is another. CNBC has actually had pretty honest polling, I thought. Ballpark. And you know, that's the, let me mount this solidly. And that's the thing with Trump, is he always underperforms in polling. Every election he's been in. He's also not an excellent debater. He likes to come out and say he won the debate, but he did not win that debate against Kamala, but he did score on points of policy. And he also did things like raised awareness about the immigration crisis in Ohio that nobody was talking about before the debate. So those are all pluses. And the polling of independents, independents have swung towards Trump, so make no mistake about that. I kind of knew they would. And again, you get your dishonest polls about that as well. But that's just the truth of the matter, is Kamala is underperforming. That's really the bottom line. And so if Kamala wasn't losing, they wouldn't be doing this over-the-top smear campaign of Trump to the levels that they're doing it now. And it really is quite crazy right now with the dictator talk. You know, ABC News allowed her to spew the bloodbath lie, the fine people on both sides lie, the tiki torches lie. And that's been debunked for a long time. And they just let her say it with no fact check. Terrible by our media. So I'm gonna switch off with this selfie stick every once in a while because my arm gets tired. So I apologize ahead of time, but the motion sensor on it actually makes it tolerable. The motion correction, I should say. But we definitely have crazy things going on. Definitely is hot today. It's a little bit warmer than warm. It's hot. I'm soaked with sweat. So, as I've just hit 2 miles. Lord, please God, keep President Trump safe. As Trump Jr. has stated, they hear rustling. They're rustling out in the woods. Keep him safe, because as Trump Jr. said, how many lives does his father have? You know, how many bullets is he going to have to dodge? Can you imagine for a minute the fallout if Trump is assassinated and killed? I would be very angry myself, because I know who caused it. I know what caused it. I don't know if there's any going back after that for a country. I think there would be violence. I think there would be violence, I really do. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not promoting violence. I'm not saying, hey, people should be violent. I'm just saying that's going to be the problem of that happening is people, it's a boiling point. People would boil over. Trump being killed would be devastating. I know how I felt after the first attempt in Butler. For that brief time, we didn't know if he was okay. I was very angry, to the point of maybe it being uncontrollable. And I'm a pretty moderate person that keeps his cool. And there's a lot of people are gonna basically lose their crap over it. This has been years in the making. All of the incredible bias, the propaganda. And I would like to say that the violence would not have been earned, but it has been earned by the left. You know, we see people on the left riot, take police officers' eyes out with batteries, wounding police officers, you know, harming people. And the media coddles it, promotes it as a peaceful protest. They've been doing this for a long time. And nobody is keeping them in check, because the Democrats should have been the ones to police the media and say, look, okay, you know, that's great, you know, even behind closed doors, you want to help us, that's fine, but, you know, don't do this. This is, nothing good will come from this. So, you know, they could have done that to maintain peace, but you see a lot of these people on TV now, oh, this isn't who we are with regard to assassination attempt on Trump. But, you know, it's almost like as soon as the camera's off, they're going to secretly hope it happens. You know? I don't want Kamala Harris to be assassinated. I don't. Nobody does. Nobody wants Trump to be assassinated. But these people are so hateful and so rabid and controlled by the media and the propaganda, they have been hopelessly poisoned. They're still believing stupid things, like the first assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania was staged by Trump. He paid people to do it. I mean, do you realize how stupidly ridiculous that sounds? I mean, really? I mean, these people are morons, obviously. So, these people are obsessed. I saw a rabid one online today. Then I go look at their profile. They live in New Zealand. It's like, you know, mental cases. So, you know, they're trying to get the world to turn on Elon Musk too, because he's giving people free speech and a voice that's promoting racism and domestic terrorism. We need some sanity with Democrats. The media just does what the Democrats want, and this has all been sanctioned by the DNC. So the DNC is the one that installed Kamala. They're the ones that favored Biden, made sure he won the nomination. And they're the ones that chased Tulsi Gabbard off the stage. And, hi. So, they're the ones that orchestrate all this stuff. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. So I'm going to turn this around so I can cross the road. I'm going to cut across here. So we're going to head up this way. Somebody pulled over to use the phone. That's good. That's responsible. So I'm going to head this way. I really am sweating a lot right now. It's like somebody did a donut right here. Or donuts. Now today is one of those days that I don't feel my best and strongest physically. Those happen once in a while because your body is all chemistry. It is warm today. Typically when it was hot like this summer, I would walk at night. I'm not doing that today and feeling it a little bit. Sweat dripping down my face. So I'll be glad when this walk's over, if I'm honest. And it's okay to feel like that. I'm in no man's land, so I gotta finish the walk. But I'm not enjoying this as much as usual. I'm at 2.5 miles right now. A little less than halfway through the walk. That's okay, I'll just pace myself. And this is another thing about the discipline involved. You're not always going to feel like it. But how bad do you want the end result? Oh, look at that. It's going to look like fall pretty soon on this road. I think this will probably be the nicest view this fall in this section right here. Maybe. That one and up ahead with that big open field. In that area where we see wild turkeys on these walks. You hear the acorns falling out of the trees, hitting branches on the way down. Pretty cool noise, I like that. Go off to the side here while this car goes by. You know, Trump is pretty funny. I guess Lindsey Graham said he was talking with him not long after, and he said that Trump was talking about the golf game he was having. Said he was having a really good game too, and it interrupted a really great outing he was having. So I think that's pretty cool that, you know, that's like a golfer's thing. You don't want to be interrupted when you're having a really good game. So I'm glad that the Secret Service advance team spotted that. So I think that's good that they did that. What I don't like is the guy knew that Trump was going to be playing golf. I want to know how he knew. I want to know for sure if it was just by chance. He was hiding out in the woods, waiting in a bush. And I want to know why there was no advance team with dogs checking that out before Trump played. Because that would have spotted this guy. Absolutely. So, how did this guy know that they weren't going to do that? So there's a lot of questions that seem suspicious, that right now are unverified. I'm not going to spew it out there as fact, but I don't like what happened. It seems like these days, if you want to kill Trump, it's easy to get a chance for yourself to do it. So it looks like to me. I mean, that's not good. Surely I can't be crazy for thinking that. So here I am walking again. I'm also hungry again. I didn't eat much before leaving the house. I don't like to walk on a full stomach. Now, if I was going to walk something like 8 to 10 miles, I would probably eat something pretty good and then leave the house like within an hour after eating. Kind of like that same thing when you were younger. Mom would say, don't eat anything and then go swimming, you'll get cramps. So wait at least an hour. So, anyway, hope you're enjoying the walk today. And Maine is pretty beautiful. It's pretty scenic, as you can see behind me while we're walking. It really is quite nice. Not a cloud in the sky today. It's perfect. I've got a dog who heard my voice, because dogs hear everything. Mr. Barkles. That kid knew somebody was coming too, because that dog isn't going to bark unless it hears somebody. That's the other thing I like about this stick, is I can move it around and it's pretty fluid. Ooh, I almost got hit with an acorn. That was close. I heard it coming down above me. I was waiting for it to bop me on the head. Ooh. just hit 3 miles. So it's going to be about 5.5 miles today, because I'm at the mark coming this way. Usually hit about 2.5 miles right about here. So, and I've just gone 3. So that's where we are. Here comes a school bus. Time of year. I remember going to school, and this time of year, when you'd have these really hot days like today, I absolutely hated it, because they didn't have the AC on in the school when I went there. Yes, it had been invented, they just didn't have it on. I used to hate that. So we get a over-the-shoulder view like this. Doesn't that make a nice picture? We got a big mess to clean up this fall, folks. We got to get Trump in the White House, and then we got to start cleaning things up. That's going to be ugly. But one battle at a time. Nothing happens if we don't win, so except more corruption and mayhem and ridiculous foolishness. And we're on our way to Civil War and World War III. So this is a big deal. Grab family members that haven't voted in a long time, drag them with you to vote. Vote early, vote by mail, vote in person, whatever, just vote. You got a lot of people on the internet saying, oh, go on voting day and vote. Well, look what Arizona did that time. The majority of Republicans went on voting day, and one of the important voting places to decide the election had mechanical problems with their machines. People were in line for hours, and they ended up, these older people, you know, walking with a cane, they just wanted to go vote, and they weren't physically able to wait and vote. And you know, I think that was done on purpose. And because people don't trust the elections. But I don't know what state you live in. I don't know what your qualms you have with voting. I live in Maine, feel perfectly comfortable sending in an absentee ballot. We use paper ballots here. We don't have electronic voting. We use very old counting machines you put your ballots through. But we've had those since the late 70s, early 80s, and we've had a Republican-led legislature, we've had Republican governors, so I'm not seeing evidence of them cheating. Trump has won an electoral college vote twice from Maine. He'll win a third one, and Democrats spent record money trying to steal Susan Collins' Senate seat. Didn't even come close. There was no recount, nothing. Susan Collins got like 56% of the vote or something, and the Democrat got 40 something, and there was an independent that didn't get that much. So So even with ranked choice voting, if you get more than 50% of the vote, then it negates even having a ranked choice voting. So a lot of voters have figured that out. They're not falling for it anymore. And so I don't think it'll be a factor of this election. I really don't. So with that, we'll flip this back around. If and you don't mind, give my arm a chance to rest. There's some crunching acorns. You see this oak leaves. Oh, this whole bunch of oaks lining this whole road. I like oak trees. Yeah, so my lower back feels fatigued. My hip muscles feel fatigued. My body just does not feel like it's getting into this today. But we will persevere. And we've got an onion on the side of the road. I see that once in a while here. There must be something I don't know about with animals that like onions. I don't know if deer like those or what. What the hell would like to eat an onion? Ooh, those friggin' acorns hit the road hard out of the trees. If you ever been bopped on the head by one of those, you know what I mean. Well, they took their crucifix in, this big giant crucifix that was up against this tree. Looks like they took that in. Maybe they're getting ready for winter. It's all you hear in the woods is acorns falling out of the trees. Pretty cool. One right there, it just bounced in the road in front of us. I smell farm animals, and I smell manure. YouTube doesn't have smell-o-vision yet, but you either like the smell of manure or you don't. You know, it's really weird when you get older. I'm looking at this view right here. You know, you get the barn right there with a weather vane on the top, and you get this nice look and smell and feel today. And when I was younger, this was something special, but now it's like, it is, but I don't feel the same way about it as I used to. And I especially don't feel the same way about things as I did before the pandemic. It's like everything has changed so much now that it's kind of hardened my heart a little. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. Things definitely feel different than they used to be, and not in a good way. And it's really unfortunate. But hey, you know, I'm being honest about it. I would have liked to have seen my alpacas out there today. They're not. This is a nice view, isn't it? Beautiful day today. Whew. Like we've got some cars coming here. No sidewalks. I gotta watch my sides. I gotta watch my sides. Almighty school bus. this is. Side of the road there. Oh, old grill. Looks like that grill had a rough time of it. Somebody wanted their meat medium rare and somebody overcooked it and had a fit. So it's one of those things where today my body's not really wanting to do this today, but I'll feel good later that I did it. So it'll be a mental victory. But I got a burning sensation in my left hip because of my back injury in 2005, which does bother me sometimes. But it's usually pretty manageable. But today my body does not want to be out here doing this today, which is okay, you know. That'll happen. It is hot today too. So I'm also 5 minutes behind my normal pace for 4 miles. A woman in my ear just said I did 4 miles. I'm about 5 minutes off from my normal time, because she also gives me the time. But here we got some leaves turning yellow. Anyway, comes the Masked Crusader again. Hi. The guy wants to be really safe. I'm not even kidding, folks. You see that person that went by? It is freaking hot today, okay? It's hot. I'm sweating my can off walking. This guy's riding a bike and he's got a reflective vest and he's got his face covered. I don't know why he has his face covered. Maybe he's a burn victim. I don't know. Maybe he's got his lower jaw missing because of bone cancer. So I'm not going to judge. I'm just saying it's too freaking hot to be wearing that. Regardless. Maybe that's why he's got a jacket on. Maybe the sun burns his skin because he's a burn victim or something. So I don't know. I'm not going to, it's none of my business. But we are going to check out these people's decor. Look at this. Tim Burton movie. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And we got this witch over here with a cauldron, whipping up a brew. Cool. Whipping up a witch's brew. The other problem I have today is I slept enough, I believe, and it feels like I haven't had enough sleep, even though I don't feel tired and I don't feel like yawning. I just feel like my body has not had enough sleep. I think I'm just getting fatigued from walking every day. I took a day off a couple days ago. First day off I've had from walking in a long time. And we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Maybe I should just take a day off tomorrow. So 20-something% left of the battery, which is good. Might be able to actually take myself out to the end of this road where I will end recording. Pivot behind me, make sure nobody's coming. Oh, somebody's got a Trump sign. Trump sign alert. And we got a Trump sign out. I need to get a Trump sign. All right, we'll take you down to the end of this road and then I'll sign off with you. And I guess we'll do a selfie until we get there. So thank you for walking with me and watching. Click like and subscribe, obviously. Share the content, that's fine. And remember to vote. I'm going to get my absentee ballot in the mail. They're going out on October 7th, according to Maine law. And I have my request in for one, and it will show up. So eventually I can track it online, which is also good. It also tells me if everything was okay with the ballot and it wasn't spoiled. And unfortunately, you got to trust. You got to trust some things, you know. You can't let this stuff eat you up. And you'll know if your state's cheating. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do in your own respective state. If voting in person makes you feel better. But, you know, basically when you vote in person, what's the difference between mailing it in, you know? Just because you dropped it off in person, it doesn't mean anything. Now, I have read that the U.S. Postal Service has been overburdened and they're understaffed. So there's a chance your ballot may get lost in the mail. But I can track mine on the internet and it tells me when it has been verified. So your state may be different. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure what your state rules are and what you're comfortable with. And you know, if you go vote in person, your vote doesn't get instantly tallied. Like, I made sure they got my vote in person so it was counted. It's still going to go to the same place, some counting place somewhere, and they can just as easily cheat with it there. So I guess that's all I'm saying. It doesn't really negate the cheating, my opinion. But the mail-in cheating that happens is fake ballots, fraudulent ballots, filled out fraudulently and then mailed with either fake signatures or no signatures, and they don't count them, or, you know, things like that. So we're going to see if Congress does anything at all. I'm not going to get my hopes up about Congress. They're really a bunch of bastards, you know. That includes a lot of the Republicans. Things are pretty much not good right now. So, I smell spray paint. Yep, somebody's over there spray painting something. I could smell it. Oh, I was just looking at a I don't know what kind of bird that was. It wasn't an eagle, but you didn't see it, but it was a big bird with big wingspans circling above. It might be one of those friggin' hawks or something. Yeah, it's gone now. Oh, there it is. No way you're gonna see that. Oh, it's circling around over there. It's scouting out for something to eat. So anyway, we'll walk down to the end of this road and sign off with you. And I'm gonna get home to somebody's cooking something. That smells real good. Somebody's got some barbecuing going on. Oh, don't that smell good. I smell green peppers and onions cooking with something. Anyway. This street right here is probably this road we were just walking on. I'm guessing it's mostly oak trees. They are all over the place, which is good. Let's go get an elm over here. So anyways, everybody, I'm going to sign off. I want to say thank you very much for walking with me today. It was a nice walk, and I got about another mile to go, I guess. But I will sign off now and say thank you very much for walking with me, and pray for President Trump. Keep him safe, and we will see you on the next walk. And God bless you and your family, and have a beautiful week. So until our next walk, see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.